It is also important to note that the most successful primate clans are those who adopt cooperative strategies for survival. So it makes perfect sense that the most successful countries are those that collaborate together to fulfill common goals. One would think, viewing mainstream news outlets, that violence has never been higher, but the opposite is actually the case. Despite the reality of current wars, global violence is at an all-time low. He who dies with the most toys wins, the mantra of capitalism, is being dismissed by an ever-increasing percentage of the population. Access to worldwide social networks is stimulating vital discussions, enhancing curiosity, and bringing people closer together than ever before. It is absolutely incredible to me that our species has made it this far. The construction of modern civilization was no easy feat. From the scientifically engineered antibodies running through your veins to the propulsion system that brought you here today. From the fluoride on your teeth to the fabric that rests on your skin, the technology we enjoy and survive on is the result of hundreds of millions of technical thinkers, scientists, engineers, artists, visionaries, continually striving for thousands of years to improve the human condition. Every step on the road to freedom was met with violent opposition from established institutions. Out of the countless possibilities that threaten or promote our civilization, one possibility cannot exist: complete stagnation. We are hurtling at an ever-increasing rate towards one of two outcomes. We can choose to live within the global carrying capacity, update our systems of governance, and end the paradigm of endless growth, to facilitate a new socioeconomic system based on the cooperation and understanding of people. Or we can continue to degrade our environment, support antiquated institutions, and face decline and extinction. The stakes could never be higher. We have such an incredible opportunity before us and such wondrous potential for our species, but we have stumbled along the way. So far, our track record has been pretty atrocious, wrought with mistakes and hostility. Every chance to avert discontinuity has been ignored in silence. Despite our sad past full of erroneous choices, Mother Nature has given us another opportunity. For those of you who are striving to direct humanity to a safer path, do not be discouraged. There was a period of my own life when I looked upon our sick and dying world, when I reflected on how we treat one another, when I thought about the starving children in Africa and elsewhere, the endless wars for profit, the massive environmental degradation. At that moment, I wished I had never learned the truth, but I had remained ignorant to the horrors that plague our world. That I could be content waving around an American flag and believing one day Jesus would make it all better, to live free of what I know. I was haunted by the demise of a beautiful species, the cries of tortured children, the hatred for one another. Contemplating this, I finally understood there is no going back. We can only move forward. We are the future. Compassion and empathy are the future. Education and awareness are the future, because our survival depends on it. At the same time, ignorance and bigotry are the past. Do not think for 1 second that the mainstream media pundits and personalities, those racist, sexual, sexist, and nationalist individuals, have any influence on where we are going. They are a dying breed from an age of ugliness, latching on to the remaining evolutionary baggage that is quickly fading away. We must resist being urged by our culture to transform into those apathetic beings who in their own self-centered disregard wait blindly in line on a death-ridden conveyor belt. That encroaching monster that previously had us trapped in its grasp. Concurrently, there is no value in despising those who are left behind, trudging steadily forward as the gears gnaw and grind them away. We now recognize how difficult it is to view the furnace reaching out from the edge, how challenging it is to abandon the comfort of familiarity for the unknown. Each of us possesses a unique story of how we ultimately fled the inevitable doom awaiting us on that dreadful conveyor belt, of how we escaped the clutches of our captors, of when all faculties and impulses conveyed similar elements, and a decision of unparalleled magnitude was made to choose knowledge over ignorance and life over death. For myself, the choice expelled a crashing chord, shattering a dark bubble. I finally see the truth. and I will no longer be manipulated by fabrication. My life has withered away in unthinking servitude. For too long have I bowed and worshipped you to acquire meaningless prestige from a monetary payment. You will never again tell me what I am worth. I have seen the horrors that lie in the final chamber of the meat grinder, and I will not fall victim to its mechanisms of disinformation and propaganda. The conveyor belt of the machine ends here. I will rip down the guile signs that plague the walls around me. They say you will suffer if you step out of line. But I can see the light, and it shines just beyond the guards. The world outside these walls may be difficult and uncertain, but I would rather live an uncertain life than die a certain death. Now as the strings of the puppet masters are slashed and the electricity to the machine is cut, and the fire of fear and hate extinguished, I stepped off the conveyor belt. I hurled myself over the black wall and find myself looking at a new world. I am free. We are free to create a society free from from the monotony of wage slavery, free from violence and war, free from this useless and destructive piece of paper we call money. I know I will see all of you there with smiles on your faces and tools in your hands, eager to design a future we can all be proud of, where we will undertake future challenges together and inspire the next phase of the grand human experiment. Thank you.